Alright, I'm gonna try and burn through real fast before somebody else washes their car. Lemon trees, citrus trees are out. Need to move them back to the patio. I have a bunch of tomato seedlings. I've already given away a number to my neighbors. The laurel tree is happy. Potatoes are sprouting. This is like all of the works in progress here. These still need to go in the ground. Those are vine tomatoes that I'm going to keep. I'll show you gladiolus that I'm keeping in pots for the moment. I was going to put them up front, but I've run out of time, I think, to successfully do that. Potatoes. Baby lemon tree. They got a little bit burned when I moved it back out, but it looks like it's recovering. There's the greenhouse, what I still have left to put out. So I have a couple peppers, and I've lost the tag, so I don't know what they are, and some onions. Got celery back there, coleus and columbine, one baby hosta that may or may not live. Looks like it's struggling. That was a San Marzano that got broken at the top, and so I just popped the top in case I needed another one. I had somebody that wanted San Marzano, and it was like the one thing I didn't have more of. Starting some more seeds. Those are zinnias, sunflowers. These are all beans. So we have a couple that are popping up there. And these guys are all cucurbits, and nobody's popped up. Oh, got some amaranth in the back there. I need to put some water on them. And dahlias that were overwintered. Those guys needs to get out soon. This bed, I've decided to make the asparagus bed, so I planted more asparagus in here, and I gave some of those guys away. You see they very quickly got very tall and flopped over, partly because of the wind. Try not to look at all the mess back there. And those are pine berries that I grew from seed. I had some, I think those are cauliflowers that I popped in here just because I didn't have space for them. I don't know that they'll get to be anything. I already picked strawberries this morning, and so they were doing pretty well. Again, more projects, more things that I don't know if I'm ever gonna have time to get to. I haven't been able to like cut the things or dig out the things that are growing up. I need to transplant that grass out at some point. Service berries doing very well. She was looking happy, which is good, putting on new growth, which I like. The blackberries are doing great. And these guys, I need to look at my varieties so I can get these straight. I have like Arapaho was one of them, and I think that's the Arapaho, but they're thornless, which is awesome. And they do make enormous berries. They're trying, but they got pretty flowers too. Got a hollyhock that was planted last year. Looks like she's gonna flower. That is a black jewel raspberry there. Let's see, echinacea, blueberry, and I think that is the blue jay. I just transplanted my sage to this end, so I put someone else in. So I just put in these eggplant, so my little tag there, and these were cauliflower, I think. I'm not sure that they're ever going to get to be cauliflower. Everything was so late. Oh, eggplant's getting chomped on. Here's some scarlet kale, which I thought was going to be a lot darker than that. Another type of kale, and kale. And mustard, and we honestly don't eat a ton of kale at present, but it grows so well. This was called a burgundy leaf blueberry, and when the first puts out leaves, they are burgundy. And I wish it was more specific with the type. Let me see if it's some burgundy leaves there, but it's very pretty when it starts leafing out. So it's starting to put on some fruit, looks like, which is good. So the sage I transplanted so I could put this out, and that is a tea rose called Tropicana. And I'm not super stoked about the color per se, but I did want a tea rose. Just make bigger rose hips. Another project. some crepe myrtle that got trimmed off and my husband brought to me. You can see now I gotta put it somewhere. Oregano and thyme romping away. Oregano's starting to come up in the middle there. The yarrow's looking good. The crocus already came and went. It was right there. Oh, looks like that got bit down. That's a ground cherry. Artichokes are once again struggling. I don't know, maybe I need to grow them over the winter. I did put in a delphinium. I had 2 that germinated. The ones at the other end. These are Brussels sprouts. You can see that one's doing pretty good. This one's got tons of aphids. Beets, garlic from overwintering. That's also, oh good lord, covered in aphids. So I'd say probably be just safe to cut that bad boy down because it's not doing well. And I don't know that it's going to get to be anywhere. Yeah, the red ones are, it's not doing great this time around. And this one, I mean, I guess that's a Brussels sprout. It's growing really short. I'm not sure why. Other delphinium, rhubarb, very happy rhubarb. And then, oh, I did put the rest of my asparagus. I put it all up and down the fence. And I really haven't seen any come out yet. And this one's out and it's got a caterpillar on it. Didn't appear to be doing anything. These are, I think, broccoli, maybe. I did put in the Egyptian walking onion. Little tags out. So this is, I put compost in, and I got roly-polies like crazy because some of the compost got uncovered. One of the rhubarb went to flower, so I don't know if we're gonna have more rhubarb. Back up my apple tree. Looks really nice. This will be its 4th year in the ground. It's growing really well. Has not flowered, which usually I think they flower pretty much when they wake up. And so 4 years in the ground with no flowers. I don't know what to make of that. My other one that's 1st year in the ground already flowered. But see what's under here. Sage, real happy. This is a poppy. I put in 2 over here and the squirrels, or maybe even 3, squirrels kept digging it up, but that's taken root and taken off. Done well with the cold weather. See a friend that I did not plant, I'm gonna have to come back and take out. That looks like a cucurbit of some sort coming out of my compost. Another hollyhock that was planted last year. Looks like she's starting to put up a flower stalk there. Here, as per usual, chock full of stuff. This bed is, it started out early on as cabbages and carrots, and the carrots are growing up. And I just put out the peppers, and I put cages around them. And the carrots, I have to grow in kind of an unconventional sense, because every time I've tried to plant carrots the traditional way, I just can't. If I get them to germinate, they get eaten by slugs. So what I do is I start them in toilet paper tubes because they don't have a bottom, and then I transplant them as gently as possible, and I do end up getting some carrots from it, which is something you're not supposed to be able to do because they don't like root disturbance, but there you go. More poppies, and those are white breadseed poppies, Elka poppies, I believe. And they look like they're going to be a lot bigger than I thought they were. I've never been able to successfully grow them. So again, little seed pots for transplant. My rosemary looks like it's getting eaten there. Some parsley, cabbages. We might get some cabbages maybe by June. We'll see. And it's been pretty much in the 80s, so I went ahead and put my peppers out. And these are, some of them looks like somebody chewed up my stem there, so that one's probably toast. But I got some shishito, paprika, poblano, purple beauty, purple anyway, and pimentos. And then this side, a bunch of volunteer borage and some parsley that's making it. And these were broccoli in this bed. Parsley 2nd year going to seed. And I just put in my tomatoes. There's our artichoke struggling. I'm never gonna figure out how to grow these. Ground cherry is also looking sad. Looks like a volunteer sunflower. I guess the birds did that for me because I didn't have sunflowers in this bed last year. But the tomatoes are, and that one looks kind of sad. San Marzano over here in the front, and I think I've got 2 Romas and 2 black plums in there, and then I'm in the middle of putting in stakes for the binding tomatoes. My wonderful husband went and got me metal stakes for that. So, but that's because we've got clay under the bed and you have to dig down 2 feet. And about 1 foot is garden soil and the next foot is clay with rocks, and that's awesome. So it's slow going. Fig is looking like it's coming back pretty good. Hopefully we'll have some figs this year. Looks like it's doing good things. Oh, and I didn't look at the hardy kiwi at the other end. It seems happy. The older one also seems happy. I need to pin her back a little bit. Oh, another asparagus coming in right there next to the broccoli. The leftover broccoli I stuck in the ground because I always end up with way too many. And then this guy, and it did have extremely long growth again, and I had to cut it back because they got broken. But that's actually supposed to be better for it, and the berries are looking pretty good that are coming in. And we've had a good bit of rain, so that's always a good thing. Papa is happy, putting on some growth. I wanted to get a second one this year, but I was going to try and replace 3 of my trees, and if I had gone in March to get my trees, that would have been great. But I think all of the trees that I wanted, like I could probably still find them, but I have to pay a lot more for them. My elderberry's kind of taken over this corner. I'm here for that. Raspberries are all out here in the lawn, out of the bed, and I'm just kind of letting it because I was going to move the bed out at some point anyways and expand it. Getting blueberries, getting close to blueberry time on this one. This is the OG, the first one, and I think I bought it from Aldi, so I have no idea what the variety is. This one, I have to look again. I think that's a Blue Jay as well. Got a volunteer apple in there that I probably need to pull out. These are pink lemonade, and I don't see a ton of fruit on them. I think they flower at the wrong time weather-wise, but we didn't get any off of them last year, so I'm happy to have some. Just let them get more established. More raspberries. Some of the strawberries are coming back. They basically got decimated last year at the deep freeze that we had. So all the cold air settles at the bottom of the hill, I guess. So some raspberries coming in. They're not as happy at this end as they are at that end. And then finish up on the other trees. This is a peach grown from seed that volunteered. So, you know, these peaches might be terrible, and it's already, you can see, having problems with rust, and it's got a heavy lean. I've already tried to stake it once. I need to redo it because that was clearly not enough. It's gotten much bigger very quickly. So I guess if the peaches aren't any good, then we'll get rid of that later on. And this is a pink lady apple. The other one's a Honeycrisp. And I did cut it way down because I want it to be small, and it probably is going to have some cedar apple rust because there's a giant juniper with rust right next to it. But it does look like it's trying to set fruit, which is so exciting. So you see I'm extra perplexed why my Honeycrisp is not putting on fruit when this one is. Okay, I think that's everybody.